David Finch, leader of Essex County Council and chairman of the Essex Partnership Board. See that this has been the distribution centre for library books throughout the county. What we're here today to discuss and to show you is that this site is going to be redeveloped into 32 flats for the people in this area and indeed within the wider area of Essex as well. And it's going to be a mixed accommodation for young people, for families, for older people as well.
This is an outline planning application that's been made to Chelmsford City Council. It is a plan for 32 flats, and I think if you look at the diagram you'll see that it looks quite an appealing development. Clearly it has to go through the planning process with Chelmsford City, but we are confident that this will largely be the development that we put forward here today.
Well, I hope that it will fit into the surroundings extremely well, and I think the issue that we face is quite clearly that it won't just be selling the properties to the highest bidder, that we'll be looking to do affordable flats. We'll be looking to have, as I said earlier, a mixed economy of flats where we have young people, young families and older people as well resident here. Well, very clearly we think that working in partnership with the police, with the health authorities, with the district councils, the borough and the city, we think there's a greater opportunity to provide facilities and to provide housing with the property that we have within the county itself. So I think there's a real joint venture between us all to develop our properties where we can to alleviate some of the housing shortage. Even in the most optimistic times, the boom times when we were building houses, there was still a shortfall in terms of the need for housing and for flats, for example. And I think you have to consider whether or not the housing shortage we're experiencing at the moment, we are better serving our public if we actually take this site and turn it into flats, or we turn it into more sort of commercial properties.
I'm Glen Chip, I'm Chief Executive of Epping Forest District Council, and I've been working as Senior Responsible Officer on this project. We're here today because we're launching an exciting project which is about making sure we've got public land available to develop housing and address needs across Essex. The exciting thing is we're working with partners in different public sector organisations to make sure we're bringing land forward to help our communities. Well, it started off with a workshop sponsored by Essex Partnership Board, and in effect a number of officers from different public sector organisations got together and said, how can we make better use of our land to bring forward the right sort of housing? Rather than just selling land for market price, make sure we're building things which address real needs in the community. I was nominated by the Essex Chief Executives Board as a lead on housing. I'm a representative of a district council. It could have been any one of a number of the public sector partners. The nice thing about this, although I'm leading, is that partners from various different organisations, police, fire, Essex County Council, district councils, are all working together to get the best results.
Have you got any plans to cover North Weald Aerodrome with wall-to-wall housing?
No, that's absolutely not on the agenda for us. In effect, we've done a master plan, we're listening to our communities there. Clearly some development does need to go there, but it needs to be appropriate development. Would be a mixture of maybe some residential and some opportunity to provide jobs, but we're working very closely with North Weald.
I'm Nick Alston, I'm the Police and Crime Commissioner. Well, I'm very proud to be here as part of the launch of our new public land project. It's been great working with County Council colleagues and many others to make sure we put public land back into the use that we most need, which is for. Well, I guess part of what we've done is part of that. We put a former police building back into public use. It's being used now very successfully as a community centre, and that, of course, has enabled County Council to make much better use of their old community centre there in Moulsham Lodge. So here we have the agencies working together, County Council and others working together for the public. I think we're really leading the way in the country. Here we've got in Essex, as we often do, showing how all of us can work together, to the good of everyone who lives in the county. That we've got far more land in public use than we need. I've got police stations. I've got more than 20 closed police stations, and now they can be redeveloped. They can be put to different use. I'm really keen that we reduce demand on policing. The way to do that is to build good, stable, self-reliant communities with the right needs that they've got. So housing, we want good housing, accessible to all. All of those things will make for better communities. And what's more, I need to make sure we get a really good deal for the people in Essex who have paid in the past for our police stations. We need to get a good deal as we sell those properties, so we also reinvest that in policing. So yes, we're meeting public need and we're reinvesting in the police. But Chelmsford needs good housing. It needs mixed housing where people can live, in good communities. So we have that need, and if we meet that need, we'll have stable communities, self-reliant, self-sufficient communities, and that's the sort of thing that will reduce demand on policing. But more particularly, if you take a closed police station, one that's not used, isn't it better to get that land back into the use of the people who live in that area? And often usually that need at the moment is housing. So we're able to turn public land back into what the public need, which is good quality mixed housing. I think this is just Essex again showing the way for the country as a whole. We've got a great tradition of working together, of the County Council, the Health Service, of local councils, the police, the fire service, working together to meet the public need. That's what we should be doing. A great deal, probably
millions.
Oh, many millions, tens of millions of pounds of property that I need. But I need that money because I need to reinvest. We need new police stations. We need a new police headquarters. We need to invest in our police so it's fit for purpose in 50 years' time, not for the purposes it had 50 years ago. But yes, we'll look at every property. I'm not saying that every police property will go into this public land project. Some will, but if there's a different sort of need that we need to meet, then we'll look at that. And we were delighted to do that in Moulsham Lodge. If you look at the old Great Dunmow police station, we sold that last year, and it's gone to a major charity. It's now a community hub in Uttlesford. Now that's really good use of a former police station. So we won't be exclusively selling into this project, but this is a project that we'll warmly support.